Hey everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. Today we are doing a triple take. We are going to talk about three products. The first one is the Adept Cosmetics Minka palette. This is a new eyeshadow palette from Adept Cosmetics. I have two new blushes from NYX. These are the NYX Buttermelt Blushes. We'll apply them, swatch them, and I have a few new lipsticks from MAC, so we are going to swatch them as well. I hope you're interested. Please do continue watching. Okay, let's get started. We will start off with the eyeshadow palette. I'm going to share my thoughts and reviews on this palette. I've had this palette for I think over a month now, and I think I've used the palette enough to share my thoughts on this. I was sent this palette by Adept Cosmetics with no obligation to post, but I still wanted to make a video on this palette because it is a really beautiful palette with an amazing color story. Adept Cosmetics has a lot of eyeshadow palettes, and I've recently tried a palette from them which is called the Vivette palette. I have a video on that palette as well, and I really like the quality and the color story. You guys know I love multi-chromatic, duochromatic, sparkly eyeshadows, and those kind of eyeshadows and palettes are some of my favorites. Nowadays I'm wearing a lot of multi-chromatic shades on my eyes. Many of them are singles, many of them are from palettes like this, and most of the time you will ask me what is on my eyes. So most of the times, I think 8 out of 10, if you have light something on my eyes, it's probably a multi-chrome eyeshadow. I just love multi-chromes because I just love how they flip and give that dimension to the eye look without looking too much out there. I like a little subtle multi-chromes, and this palette also has some pretty nice subtle multi-chromes. So this is how the palette looks like. It has a nice sparkly like a white covering. This is how the back looks like. It reminds me of the Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes because they have holes at the back, so you can actually take out the pans and mix and match around. And this is how the color story is. The palette is quite sturdy. There is a nice mirror to it, and I will leave the link to the Vivette eyeshadow palette as well. The packaging on that one is just beautiful. It had a lace packaging. I really liked that palette packaging as well. I really like how they send their palettes when you order them. They will have them in, this one doesn't really have an outer box. They will usually send their palettes in a recyclable packaging in a very secure kind of a manner. I just got that packaging. I still have it. So this is how they send their palettes. It's a very secure packaging because the eyeshadows in here, they are pretty delicate, so they do send it in a very secure packaging. I don't think anything is going to happen to your eyeshadows. They send in a recyclable box like this, and then there is another section here where you have another packaging which is very secure, and the palette sits right here inside. So I really liked how they package their palettes. Even the previous one came in a box like this. Now this is how the palette looks like, the Adept Cosmetics Minka palette. I don't know if I mentioned the name earlier. This is Adept Cosmetics Minka palette. I will definitely give you a close-up of the palette as well. We'll talk about the shades, and I will show you swatches of all the shades individually, how they sparkle. We'll talk about the shades in detail. Today I have not really filmed any eye look. I have not filmed this eye look, but I will tell you which eyeshadows I have used. I have already done 2 videos which are uploaded in my shorts. If you want to see more eye looks, then do check out my shorts where I have used some of my other favorite shades from this palette. Before I talk about the shades in the palette, because that's going to be my main focus in this video, let me tell you how transparent they are on their website. They do mention a lot of details on their website, so if you want to get this palette, do go to the website and check out their details. They have mentioned product facts to read before purchasing. They say that this palette contains extremely sparkly, very high pearl shimmers, including 2 multi-chromes, 2 iridescent multi-chromes, and 2 duochromes. And this palette have 5 mattes, which I'll show you later. And this palette is a reformulation of an older palette. So they have kept some shades and they have brought in some new shades, but we will just look at it as a new palette. This palette doesn't have any kind of glitter. There you may see a lot of glittery particles in some of the shades, but this is a 100% glitter free eyeshadow palette. This does not contain any glitter, parabens, and they have also mentioned that some of the shades, especially if they are more glittery, there might be fallout, so please use some kind of a glitter glue, glitter primer. And they've also mentioned that these glitters or multichromes are best applied with the finger. So they have done a lot of their review on the palette on their website. They have mentioned all of the ingredients on the website. So if you have any kind of irritations or any kind of skin sensitivities, you just go ahead and check out their website. Now let's take a closer look at this palette. So you can see there are 15 shades in this palette. There are 3 rows with 5 shades each. There are 5 matte shades in the palette. The matte shades range from light purple to deep purple to a deep plummy purpley brown. All the matte shades, I have used them and they are super smooth, very pigmented, and they blend effortlessly. Like if I show you one of the deeper shades, especially this purple, this kind of purples are quite difficult to do, and many eyeshadow palettes have some kind of an issue with the purple kind of a shade, but this one in this palette is just super smooth. You can see, I will do one swipe. It's a matte shade of course, but you can see how even and smooth that shade is, and it blends really nicely. Same goes for the brown. It's super smooth, very pigmented. It just goes on without skipping. Okay, so I just love the matte shades in this palette. There are 2 lighter matte shades which are a purpley tone. This one which is called Toya and Dana. So there are 2 purpley matte shades, this one and this one. They're kind of similar on the skin tone. Today I have this one in the inner corners of my eyes. And then there is a movie matte shade which is also great. I have that one usually in the crease area. And there are 2 deep tones. One is a brown, one is a purple, which I just showed you. All the mattes are amazing. Then we have some multichrome, some duochrome, some very sparkly shades. The sparkly shades are, I think, this. They don't really mention which one is which kind of shade, so I am guessing from what I have seen here. This one, which is called Emma. Then we have Maya, and then we have Ava. These are all kind of sparkly. They have more glitter in them. They have a little bit more chunky glitter. The glitters are not uncomfortable in any way, but yes, you may have some fallout with those glitters, so definitely use glitter glues. That's from my own experience. I have had fallouts with these shades every time I've used them, so I use this one, the Too Faced glitter glue. I think it works out great. It's not too sticky as well that it hampers with creating the eye look. I just apply a little bit on the eyelid, then the glitter or the eyeshadow does stay on the eyelid very well. And then all the others, I think they are a mix of multichromes and duochromes. So today I have this one on my eyes. My fingers have got stained a bit with the brown, which I used a little bit earlier. I have this on the eyes, and it has like flecks of blue, green, gold, I don't know, light pink. Like it's a intense multichrome, and when you apply it sheerly, it looks super beautiful. That's what I have on my eyes today. It's called Eliza, and I have the brown in the outer V just to deepen up the eye look, and I also have Ilana in the crease a little bit, and that's about it. I have used just 4 shades. I have a little bit of Clara, which is a multichromatic pink, in the inner corners, and that's how I have created the eye look. The only thing which you have to take care with this palette is there will be some glitter fallout, so just make sure use your favorite kind of glitter primer with this. Other than that, I don't really see any issues with this palette. And when you wear these eyeshadows for some time, you may see some glitters on the face as well. So I'll just give a disclaimer. For example, if I have a diffused multichrome eye look like this, after probably like 3-4 hours, I will see like a speck or 2 here. So there is always some kind of glitter fallout, which I have experienced with this palette. But people who love multichromes, I think they don't really mind that much if there are a few specks here and there. Okay, now I think I want to show you swatches of all the shades. So here is a look at the palette one more time. There are 15 shades in the palette and there are 5 matte shades. Let me show you the 5 matte shades first. So we have Toya, which is a mauve. Then we have Dana, which is a purple. Ilana, which is a movie brown. Maria, which is a eggplant purple. And Ariana, which is a dark brown. Let's move on to the multichromatic, duochromatic, iridescent shades. First up, we have Eliza, which is a mix of lime, light blue, pink and purple with a lot of fine sparkles. Then we have the shade Anna, which is a grey, purple, green, silver and a taupe combination. This one also has a lot of sparkles. And then we have Emma, which has tones of brown and gold with a lot of gold sparkles. Then we have Maya, which is a sparkly pink with a lot of glitter infusion. Then we have Joshua, which is a light blue, light green, smooth, duochromatic shade. Then we have Linda, which has hints of brown, bronze, pink. This is one of the most beautiful shades in the palette. Then we have Clara, which is also another favorite, which has hints of pink and purple and is a duochromatic shade. Then we have Mia, which could be both a multichromatic and a duochromatic shade. It has hints of light yellow, light bronze, light gold. Then we have Sandra, which has a lot of flecks of silver, looks like a silver glittery shade. Then we have Ava, which has a blackened, silvery, darkened, plum kind of a vibe, which also has a lot of glitter infusion. And at the end, let me show you all of the shades together one more time. So those were the swatches of this palette and I have tried to describe the shades as best as I could. There is no description on the website, so whatever and however I could decipher the shades, I have let you guys know. I hope I have been able to describe them accurately. And lastly, I just want to say that this is a beautiful palette with a lot of beautiful multichromatic shades, and there will be some kind of glitter fallout if you don't use glitter primer. Other than that, I don't really see any issues with this palette, just that you have to be careful if you are using some of the shades. Use glitter primer. Just there is a learning curve. If you have not used glitter primers or glitter glues, then there is a slight learning curve. But if you already use multichromatic shades, then probably you already know how to use these shades, and a little bit of sparkles here and there doesn't really bother us that much. And I love these kind of palettes. I hope there are more. I hope I get to play around with these shades more. I will definitely do more looks. It's definitely a thumbs up from my side. It's a beautiful palette. If you love multichrome eyeshadows, you're looking for something unique kind of a shades, if you have a lot of shades, you may find some unique shades here. So I really like this palette. Thank you to Adept Cosmetics for sending this palette, and I am enjoying creating looks with this. So that's the eyeshadow palette. Let's apply the blush and the lipstick now. Of course, I have applied the blush and the lipstick right here, but let's go back and apply it together. We have gone back in time. I wanted to show you the blushes which I have purchased recently from NYX. So we'll apply the blushes together. So these are 2 blushes which I have recently purchased. The NYX Professional Makeup Buttermelt Blushes, and the packaging is just super cute. These are not very new. I think they came out last year. Somewhere in the beginning of last year or the day before. I may be getting confused, but I have always wanted to pick up a few shades in this. These are quite affordable. These are $10 each. So for $10 you have a variety of shades which you can pick up. I picked up 2 shades. So the first one which I picked up is BMB L09, which is Feeling Butter or Feeling Butter. Feeling Butter, I think, because this is Buttermelt Blushes. Feeling Butter. It's shimmering terracotta. So this is the nude neutral shade. The packaging is quite nice. It opens nicely and it looks like this. There's no mirror here, but it looks something like this. It's more of a glowy kind of a blush. It has a little shine to it. And the other shade is called For the Butter Soft Mauve BMB 06. Okay, so this is more of a pink shade. It looks a lot of like a berry color here, but it's not that berry, it's a pink shade. Let me show you both the shades. So this is how both the shades look like. One is a more neutral nude terracotta and another one is pink. I have already done my eye look today. I didn't really film it as I already mentioned because I've done few videos with the palette. Today's video was all about the swatches and talking about the palette. I think what I'll apply is the pink one today rather than this one. I want to apply a more nude neutral lipstick as well, so I think it will be too neutral the look. So let's add some color with the pink, but let me quickly swatch this one. This is the terracotta shade. You can see how it's a little bit shiny. Okay, I hope you can see the swatch. Wow, it's almost like a bronzy terracotta kind of a color. These are really nicely pigmented and very smooth and soft. This is a very pretty color. It looks quite intense in the pan, but it's not like super intense after apply and blends pretty nicely. So that is the pink shade. Okay, so anyways, I'll be applying the pink on my face so you can see that. So let's apply my blush. I'll take a blush brush and I'll just tap off all the excess. Look at the pigmentation. I took away too much. Look at the shine and the pigment. I've already applied a little bit of bronzer here, and this is how the blush looks. It's super pretty. It's smooth. It's very smooth. It blends effortlessly. Okay, so that's the blush. I just loved this color. Tap off the excess. These blushes are pigmented, especially the deeper shades. So if you don't tap off the excess, you will have a hard time diffusing the blush out. It's going to diffuse out, but it's better to just tap off the excess and then apply. I think you can see that the glow is quite subtle. It's not overpoweringly glowy blush. It has a very subtle glow, so I like that. If you want, you can apply some highlighter on top, but I think I'll just leave it at this for this eye look. I'm not going to apply too much of highlighter. I think I'm happy with whatever I have here. So these are the two NYX Buttermelt blushes I have bought recently. I have not uploaded a video on this yet, so I will upload a video on this one in my shorts, so do look out for that. But this is how this one looks like. So let's move on. We'll apply the lipstick. I think all of my makeup is done. For lipstick also, we have some new products, new lipsticks from MAC. I have 3 shades. So the first one is Ruby Woo, and I was super impressed by the Ruby Woo sample I had, and I had to buy it. This lipstick is just super gorgeous. I'll just give you a quick swatch of this, but I'm wearing this lipstick in my previous video, whichever you see the red which I'm wearing, not the Sephora cream lip stain one. I think the new makeup releases, the previous video, I'm wearing this shade and it's just perfect. This is how the lipstick looks like. I have not swatched this one yet. I'm still using my sample, but let's swatch this one. It's such a beautiful classic red, Ruby Woo. This is also has been launched in the MAC Macximal shade lipstick range. So this is very much more comfortable. This was, I think Ruby Woo was a retro matte earlier, if I'm not wrong, or in their matte formulation, and I've always heard people complaining that it was too dry. This is absolutely not dry. The formulation is just super nice. It's the perfect amount of matteness and creaminess. So I love this in the new formulation. And I have 2 more shades, Warm Teddy and Iconic Photo. So I have already swatched both of these shades in my shorts. So do check out my shorts if you want to see how they look on my lips. Today, most probably, I'm going to apply Warm Teddy. So you will see how it looks. So this is Warm Teddy. This is also a matte lipstick formula. It's Warm Teddy. So this is described as a dirty warm brown or a dirty nude shade with a little hint of mauve on my skin tone. So we'll apply this one with a lip liner. And I have Iconic Photo, which is more of a warm brown, like a warm golden brown. This one and Marrakesh feels very similar. I'll swatch that also someday, how similar they are. So this one is Iconic Photo. I loved Iconic Photo as well, and Warm Teddy also looks quite nice with the lip liner. And they gave me a free lipstick. I think there was some promotion going on. So this one is all Fired Up, which is, I think, their matte formulation. So this one is Retro Matte Lipstick, all Fired Up. This is such a beautiful shade as well. I've tried it, and this is also like a pinky red. MAC lipsticks are having such a comeback right now. So this one is all Fired Up. It's more of a brighter pinky red. I will swatch this definitely, probably in another video I'll wear it, or I'll show you in my shorts. But this is also really pretty. I can see a difference. This is the Retro Matte formulation. It's a little bit more intensely matte, a little bit drier than the other three, which is of the matte formulation, and they feel a more creamier, as in the drag on the lips a little bit more creamier. Okay, so those are 4 new MAC lipsticks I have recently purchased. Let's apply the lipstick on the lips. Warm Teddy. I think I saw a viral video of a girl trying this at Ulta, I think. Was it Warm Teddy or Velvet Teddy? I don't remember, but she was the inspiration for trying this lipstick. So I thought I'll mention that video was so fun. So on that girl in the video, it was pretty much more deeper, more mauvey pinky. On my skin tone, it's not as deep, but I still really like it. I would like it to have a little bit more definition. So in the shorts, I have shown you this lipstick with the Makeup Forever lip liner in Universal Earth, which is a bit more mauvey. Today, let's try it with another lip liner to give you a slightly different option. So I have the shade Chestnut, which is a more deeper shade. It's a pretty deep dark brown. Let's see how it looks. So I'm just applying the lip liner quite lightly. I will take a lip brush and just smooth out the edges. This will help the lip liner to just blend into the lipstick easier, and it will look more natural. Okay, and then I will do another coat. That's the lipstick, Warm Teddy, with a different kind of a lip liner, a more deeper lip liner. So that's it, guys. Those are the products I wanted to talk about in today's video. I hope you liked this Adept Cosmetics Minka palette, because I really like the color story and the kind of shades which are available here. It's very wearable kind of multi-chromes and glittery kind of shades, and I just really like these blushes as well. Do let me know if you have any other blush recommendations in this range. I really like the formula, very smooth. I might pick up a few more shades. Of course, the MAC lipsticks, you guys have been asking me to try out more MAC lipsticks, so these are some of the new ones I tried. So I think that's it for today's video. I really hope you liked it. I'm so sorry that my energy was a bit low in today's video. I think I'm coming down with a sore throat, so sorry for that. I hope I will not get too sick and I will continue uploading videos. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and also if you're watching me for the first time, I really hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again really soon in my next video. Bye.